many things that you can talk about beauty, but beauty comes from within. That's the most important thing. And no matter how you look pretty, you look amazing. How many treatments have you done? But the beauty comes from within. It's how you actually portray beauty.
Welcome to the Beauty Talk podcast, where we feature how the best medical practitioners help their patients to look better, younger, and healthier. Now, enjoy the show, and here's your host.
Daniel Gao here. I'm the host of Beauty Talk. We feature the top medical practitioners in health and beauty, both inside and out. I have Theresa Cooley, a double board certified nurse practitioner with a background in business management and over 23 years of nursing experience, including 9 years in aesthetic medicine. Her career began as a flight attendant, where she traveled the world and learned to appreciate different cultures and the beauty of human connection. She's trained extensively in the US and internationally, investing thousands in hands-on education to master advanced techniques. Patient safety, natural results, and personalized care are always her top priorities. She'll never offer a service unless she's 100% confident in its safety and effectiveness. So Theresa, welcome and glad to have you here.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for having me
Yeah,
in
so
your show.
let's dive right into it, Theresa. Let's start with this. How did you first get interested in the medical field?
Well, I was actually a nurse working for Alicante Hospital, and it's been really uh, a lot of things that I've learned in the hospital. So basically, serving various units, med surge, step down ICU. I was clinical professor also at UCLA,
Hmm.
um, nurse practitioner program. So they taught me compassion, endurance, and the value of human connection. And one of my patients who has her own um, med spa that was owned by a sister actually mentioned that to me.
Hmm.
And then the sister happened to connect to me and asked me, Teresa, do you want to learn all these kind of things of aesthetic, um, like beauty kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, oh, why not? So I started actually learning microneedling, learning from her, showing her how to do it. She's like an esthetician,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there on, I started to like the beauty of aesthetic, like
Mm-hmm.
feeling confidence, giving my patients or giving somebody else the natural um, beauty, like such as microneedling are like natural, building your own collagen and not so many downtime. So that's where I started learning aesthetic, and then I started go on different trainings and learning the beauty of aesthetic medicine, and that's where all I started.
Okay. And so what led you to want to start your own practice?
Um, it's basically since I started attending so many trainings and actually working for different med spa, and I feel like I think I'm ready to go on my own and build something that is actually helping a lot of women and giving them the natural results that I've always been wanted, and not selling something that they don't need.
Mm.
Um, basically, I want something that will portray my own um, self as a provider, which is providing more natural results for my patients and giving them the confidence and letting them shine.
Okay. So now that you have your practice, what would you say are some of the most common treatments that your clients come to you for?
And normally they come in for like the basic things like Botox, like derma filler to help to restore the volume lost. Uh, Also Sculptra, which is like a regenerative wellness. We have Sculptra which is a biostimulator. We have the PRP. Um, we have the PRX, which is topical biostimulators. Um, Basically, all those small little things that could actually enhance themselves and give them the confidence and the beauty, natural
Okay.
results.
Okay. And I want to touch on this topic of facial balancing. So, what is facial balancing for people who've never heard the term before?
Okay, so one of the treatments I really focus on is facial balancing. So it's not about treating just one spot. It's about bringing the whole face into harmony. So I actually get trained outside the country with well-known cosmetic surgeons who's famous for his facial balancing, and I learn about his technique and and it's basically when I do a facial balancing, I just don't look on one. I look on the face um, as a whole. So I look at the cheeks, the chin, the jawline, the lips, how everything actually connects. So everyone's structures is different. So the plan has to be um, different or very individualized. So a lot of people come in thinking one syringe of filler will fix everything, but it's not because one syringe is just one teaspoon. So
Mhm.
can you imagine trying to fill up one teaspoon of food, you still be hungry,
Mm.
right? So same idea. So when you're doing facial balancing, you treat the face as a whole.
Okay. Now, with facial balancing, are you trying to make it look symmetrical? Is that what goes into facial balancing? Or is it like, what's the kind of the end goal you're trying to achieve with the balancing side? That's what I'm trying to understand the balancing side.
Okay, so basically if you're getting like one syringe can make change.
Mm.
But like a facial balancing is like is your face is balanced with your chin, with your lips, with your
Mm.
jawline. It's
Hmm.
basically harmonizations or the structures of the whole face. It doesn't have to be symmetrical, but at least when you look at the face, the profile, it has to be at least um, look more natural
Mm.
and harmonized.
I see. So instead of just focusing on one area of the face, you're basically looking at how it would fit in the entire whole. Like if someone is saying like, "Oh, I
Exactly.
want bigger lips," and so if you just do the bigger lips, then it doesn't look natural with the rest.
Look natural when you have a bigger lips and then your chin
Mm.
is not actually you when you look at the profile and the lips is like protruded and your
Mhm.
chin are like flat, then it doesn't look like really
Mm.
natural. Or when you look at the cheek and the cheek is more lifted and then your temple is hollow, it looks like you look like what you call that, Maleficent
Mhm.
look.
Oh yeah.
So you have to balance that. You have to have the temple actually harmonize with the cheek. Um, and that's how you do facial balancing.
Okay.
It's not perfect, but at least give you like a more natural look.
Okay. So when people come in and they say that, oh, I want higher cheeks or bigger lips or whatever it is, it's you can achieve that for them, but then you also have to maybe make some other areas bigger so that it all flows together. Is that kind of how
Yeah,
you
it
look
has
at it?
to float together
Mhm.
at the same time when you're looking at one face. But every face is very different. So you have to address that individually, individualized treatment.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay. And then I want to talk about combination treatment. So like, and kind of in line with facial balancing. So my understanding is that when you're doing like Botox or fillers or anything like that, they're going to be best suited for certain areas of the face. So does it happen where people come in and they just want filler, but then you also need to do Botox to help with that facial balancing?
what I normally do is when patients come in, I do a full assessment and complementary consultations. So I look at the face, the whole face, and then I see I discuss with them first, of course, their concern. And then I discussed with them the whole process, the treatment, like what they can actually benefit from getting Botox, because Botox can addresses the wrinkle. Um, getting like filler. A filler, dermal filler can addresses like if you have like a loss of volume onto your cheek, onto your chin, jawline. Sculptra, which is actually good for its regenerative wellness, is actually help. If you don't want, if you really just want like a natural result
Mm.
in the long process, then I would recommend Sculptra or biostimulators such as PRX or PRP. And basically, I covered the whole thing, the whole area of your face, and then recommend things that you would benefit. So it's up to you. Um, I teach, you listen,
Mm.
and then I give you what would be the benefit of all this treatment, and we can discuss and work it together. It's not just like a quick fix. It's like it's a process. So um, it doesn't have to be, you have to do it the whole treatment in one setting. I mean, you can start first with Botox, and then do your skin treatment, skincare, um, and so on and so forth. So I
Okay.
just offered something that would benefit you, and
Mm.
then I oversell. I don't oversell.
Okay. So when someone comes in, I'm trying to understand how this process goes. Let's say someone comes in, they say, "Oh, I want bigger lips." So then you do the assessment, and then from there, you'd be like, "Okay, well, if you want bigger lips, then we would do filler." But if we do just the bigger lips, then it's not going to make you look natural. So then I recommend this, and then potentially this, and potentially this, and then it's up to them if they want to do that. Is that kind of how that typically flows when your clients come in?
Okay, so when I'm doing lips, my goal is always to be natural.
Mm.
And whenever I'm doing any type of treatment, I always worked with them. We always work together. I don't just do the treatment and show them, okay, this is how it looks like. This is the results. No, I mean, they're always a part of my treatment process. So during and after the treatment, they always have the mirror with them, and then they can tell me, Teresa, this is too much, or Teresa, I don't like the way how it looks, or I like it. So it's always been a part of the process. So, and beforehand, when I'm doing any type of lip filler, I always address the chin.
Mm.
So if they have like a really flat chin and then they want like a lips that has a little bit more volume, I explained to them that that would benefit and it would harmonize your face if you have the lips and and a good chin projection. So it always comes together. When I do the lips, I always comes with the chin. Not unless you have already like a good projections of your chin, then I would just do a little bit of your lips as much as natural
Mhm.
as you want.
Okay, got it. Now, I'm sure that you get a lot of clients coming in, they have different misconceptions about facial balancing or what they're really looking for, and really the treatment that you provide. What would you say is some of the most common misconceptions or myths that you hear from your clients?
Like sometimes I would say, oh, one syringe or two syringes is too much,
Hmm.
which is not exactly how they one syringe is only like 1 teaspoon. So can you imagine 1 teaspoon just putting onto your face and give you like a volume? That's not a lot. I mean, it's just basically um the right when you're doing facial balancing, um normally it's about like a 3 to 4 syringes at a time to address all the areas of your concern, the cheek, the jawline, the chin, the lips, the temple area. One syringe is not enough to address all of those areas of concern.
Hmm.
So, and also basically it's the right placement. Sometimes if you get like one syringe and you just want to address your concern is just like your cheek, and then you want as much as natural as like you know and I can do that, but just be aware that it's not going to look like an optimal results that you're looking for, like especially if your temple is hollow.
Okay, got it. Now, Theresa, let's say that somebody is looking to get some type of facial balancing treatment done. They don't know anybody, so they're looking for a good provider to be able to help them, guide them, and has the experience and the knowledge to be able to do that. What's the most important piece of advice you would give to someone who's doing their search looking for somebody like that, a good provider?
Okay, a good provider is someone who's actually um, concerned about natural results,
Mm-hmm.
not overselling you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also has continuing educational training as far as aesthetic medicine. Number one priority is safety, um, and of course, natural results, and that would actually give you more um, confidence, and you feel that what you spend for that money that you spend is basically worth it. A good provider is something that would actually cares for you and not overselling you.
Okay. And are there any red flags that you would tell people to kind of be aware of or be careful of when they're doing the search for a provider?
Like what I said, if they oversell you,
Mm.
and if you feel like you don't really need more than what you want,
Mm-hmm.
um, let's say you only want to do w- one syringe of filler,
Mm-hmm.
but a provider tells you, okay, I think you would benefit for two syringes if you really actually want volume. No, you have to actually look on that red flag. At the same time, when you look on somebody, your your provider who has like a big cheek full of volume and
Mm-hmm.
the lips is like really humongous, then
Mm-hmm.
probably you would actually look at that like, is this the provider that I want to actually get into and get my treatment? Because I don't want to look the same thing as how she looks.
Mm. Okay.
When everybody is different, but like,
Right.
um it's still up to you on how you want to decide on who you want to be as your provider.
Mm. Okay. And Theresa, how important do you think having a artistic eye is in what you do?
Okay, because nowadays a lot of nurses are into aesthetic medicine, so
Mm.
you just get your one training and then you're set to go and build up your own practice. So it's basically artistry is one of the most important thing that you have to look on to your provider. You can be an injector, but you have to have an eye for beauty. You have to have like an artistry on how to actually see in the whole face and make it as natural as you look and be more confident for yourself.
Mhm. How about creativity? How important do you think creativity is?
Well, of course, creativity is very important as well. Artistry, creativity, and being a good injector and having a safety um, goal is one of the most important thing as a good aesthetic injector.
Okay. Now, Teresa, I'm sure that throughout your experience, you've had some particularly challenging cases or memorable cases, and how you were able to get a good outcome in the end for them. Is there maybe one story that comes to mind that you can share?
Okay, so one story that I actually remember is one of the client who came in feeling really discouraged about going to this med spa. She had several treatments done, and she never get the result that she wanted. So my goal is basically um, do a complete assessment and really I took really time to really talk to her about her goals, what bothered her, and what she already tried. And I created a personalized plan care for these patients, slow, intentional, and I don't oversell. I mean,
Mm,
it's not a sales driven, and I focus more on natural improvement. So over time, her skin actually transformed, and more importantly, her confidence came back. And this is what I want to actually tell my clients, that getting treatments is not just a quick fix; it's a slow process, and trust your provider.
Mhm. And I think that's important is that people understand it's not something that you just do one time and you're done. It takes time just like anything else. It's an investment.
Yeah. And when I'm doing any treatment, I always personalize my care, and I always make sure that they're really happy, and comes out with a good results, and satisfied. I mean, it's not the money that they pay. It's basically I want to make sure that they're happy and
Mhm.
satisfied.
Yeah, of course. Okay, well, Teresa, where do you think the future of aesthetics is going?
The future of aesthetic nowadays is like huge. Right?
Mhm.
Everybody wants to look and feel confident, beautiful. I mean, number one thing is, of course, the Botox. Botox is like number one sale in aesthetic. And I feel like not only baby boomers, like millennials, Gen Zs are actually getting into aesthetic, and they want to feel confident, and boost their morale, and by looking good.
Mhm. Okay. And for your med spa, Angeli Med Spa, what's your vision for your practice?
I mean, for my med spa, I mean, I don't, my goal is to just basically provide
Mm,
the best, the natural results for my clients. I don't want to be really big, but this is my passion. This is my goal. This is my goal is to make my clients and my patients happy. And that's my number one goal.
mhm,
Provide them the natural results, personalized care, and be a part of their aesthetic journey.
mm.
That's my number one goal in my med spa.
Okay. And thank you for sharing that, Teresa. I do have one last question for you, but before I ask it, I do want to point people to your website at angelimedspa.com. Now, my last question for you is what does beauty mean to you?
Beauty means there's so many things that you can talk about beauty, but beauty comes from within. That's the most important thing. And no matter how you look pretty, you look amazing. How many treatments have you done? But the beauty comes from within. It's how you actually portray beauty.
Mm, okay. Well, there you have it. Teresa sharing her expertise. So, Teresa, where can people contact you in your practice?
So they can actually our location is at we're inside Phoenix Salon. It's 72 the address is 7255 Carson Boulevard, Suite 118 in Long Beach. And they can contact me at my business phone number 562 607 1677. And just come in, and we also do complimentary consultation. And you're all welcome to see me.
Awesome. Well, Teresa, this is great. Thanks for coming on and thanks for sharing your message.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for listening to the Beauty Talk podcast. Any questions, please contact the practice directly with the contact information provided during the show. We'll see you again next time. Bye for now.